So, you've set up in business and you need to do some books and records for that business. Now, for these purposes, what I've done is I've set up a very simple cash book. This is for a hairdresser called Louise who isn't VAT registered. So it's a very simple cash book that she can do, that she can write all her expenses in and present it to her accountant at the year end. Okay, so what you need is an analysis book. Now you can get these books from any good stationers, your Smiths, your Staples, whatever you can get. They're called analysis pads. Okay, so what we're looking at here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 columns of analysis. So it's sort of just writing in it, and then probably 7 analysis. So it's very simple analysis pad. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to sort of set this out for you. So this is January. So this is our page. Okay, so we would have January. Okay, and we're going to have columns in here. So we've got a few columns. This is where we're going to do our analysis. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns of analysis. Okay. So, and I'm going to head these up. So some of the items that we're going to pay for our expenses are going to be paid through the bank. So we've got a bank column, and some of them are going to be paid cash. So we have a cash column. So we're going to separate those 2 items out in our cash book, okay? And I'm just sort of completely making up some expenses. So we're going to pay for the phone bill. So Louise has got a mobile phone bill to sort out all her appointments. She's going to have some purchases. So obviously she's going to the wholesalers and buying her perm solutions and what have you. She's got some motor expenses, driving around in her car. Okay, she's got expenses for herself. Obviously she's going to take cash out of the business for herself. That's called drawings. So we're going to have a drawings column. And sometimes there are things that are going to happen every now and again that it's not worth putting a column in for, so we'll call that other. Okay, so nice, straightforward analysis pad, headings across the top. You can have whatever headings suits your business. Okay, so what we're also going to do is we're going to reference up our invoices. So what's going to happen is you're going to have your telephone bill, and you have got that in front of you, and you're going to call that number 1. So very simply, you write number 1 on the corner of your telephone bill and you put it into a lever arch file. Okay, so you just put some holes in it, put it in the file, done, number 1. Okay, so the first item that we've got here on the 5th of January is a phone bill from Orange, let's say. Obviously other phone companies are available. So we've got a phone bill for £55.92. Okay, and we pay that amount. It's on direct debit out of our bank, £55.92. So we always make 2 entries. We make one in the bank or cash column, and we make 1 entry in the analysis column. So there's always 2 entries for everything. Okay, now then on the 7th we go to I'm going to call it the Hair Academy, where we're going to go and buy our perm solution. Okay, so we're going to call that invoice number 2. Okay, so we've got to reference that, so it's nice and easy to go and find. And that cost us £17.54. Okay, so we put that into the purchases column. Okay, then we go and buy some petrol on the 10th. Okay, so we've got the 10th, petrol, and we're going to pay cash for that. So that's invoice number 3, £40. Petrol into the motor column. Then we have to go back on the 11th. We didn't buy quite enough perm solution, so we're going to go back to the Hair Academy and we're going to buy some more for £23.72. Okay, so you can see how this is building up. So it either goes in this column or this column, and then it goes over the side. Now we also have to pay our Class 2 National Insurance. That's £2.50 a week at the moment, and that comes out of our bank account. So that is £32.50. Now we won't have necessarily well, we won't have an invoice for that, so that's fine. We can just not give it a number. It's come out of our bank account, so we can leave this bit out. It's not the end of the world. So we haven't got an invoice for that, and that goes to our drawings, because that is a personal expense. It's not a business expense, it's a personal expense, national insurance, I'm afraid. So then on the 25th, Louise decides that she's going to have some money for herself. So what she's going to have is £400. She's worked very, very hard, and she's going to take £400. So there we go, £400 to Louise. Drawings. The 29th, we go and buy some more petrol. Again, we pay for that cash. We get an invoice off them, and that's £40 again. There we go. And at the end of the month, we need to pay some business insurance. Okay, so we have an invoice for that, and that's £110 out of the bank, and that will go into our other column, because that's something that we pay annually, that we've not got the expense for all the time, so therefore it doesn't really need its own column. So that's all our expenses for January. So what we then do at the bottom, I mean, very well, you can do it, I'm saying you can do this in an analysis page, you could do this in an Excel spreadsheet as well if you want, because that's nice and easy, because it adds it up for you as well, doesn't it? So at the end of every month, we add it up, okay? So very important that you add it up to make sure that you've entered everything properly. So this is what I worked out earlier. So we've got there 55.92, 41.26, £80, £432.50 and £110. So the last thing that you need to do for the month when you've done all this and added it up is to make sure that all of this column here, there, adds up to that column there. Okay, so you just do a quick calculation and make sure that all of that equals that, and you're done and you're sorted. There is your cash book analysis, nice and simple, straightforward for a very simple, straightforward business. Thank you.